Plugged in together, here's what's new. From a co-op straight to you. Helpful info to keep you in the loop.
Welcome to this episode of In the Loop. I'm your host, Tiffany Trueblood, and today we're joined with three of our linemen who just took a grand adventure. Today we're talking with Stephen Robinson, Zach Medeiros, and Hunter Browning, and they just came back from Guatemala. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, if you will, just say your name and introduce yourself so everyone knows who we're joined with today before we get into the fun details of your trip.
My name's Stephen Robinson. I've been at Coweta-Fayette for 18 years.
I'm Zach Medeiros. I've been at Coweta-Fayette for 4 years.
I'm Hunter Browning. I've been at Coweta-Fayette for a year and a half now.
All right. So got a little gamut of everybody here. Stephen,
Yes.
you're the veteran, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And this is not your first trip to Guatemala, correct?
No, this is my second trip.
Okay. So first of all, we'll get a little backstory. So we are part of a program called NRECA International. That's the Rural Electric Cooperative Association International Program, and it is designed to bring light and electricity to areas of the world that do not have it. It's a partnership through our national organization and co-ops throughout the country. And what we do is we send linemen, communicators, engineers, everything down there to help these areas bring light to people, homes, whole villages that have never had electricity, which is kind of hard to think of in today's society here for us, that there's places with no power. So every couple of years, we send some of our guys down, and these three gentlemen volunteer to go. And so they went to go help the Empresa Municipal Rural de Electricidad. This is a municipal rural electric company down in Guatemala. And they went to go, you guys were gone for 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 whole weeks. And they were helping two villages. Was it two villages, or was it just one?
Just one.
Okay, is that the Guadalupe Las Flores?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so to start it out, just paint a picture for us. What was it like how did you prep before going and then getting there?
So I prepped by packing a lot of stuff, extra tools, because last time I went, we didn't have any tools. But this time we had more than we probably needed to take. So, but I went on my experience from last time, and took extra medicines, tools, clothes, just anything you could think of that you couldn't get there.
Yeah, it's not like they have a Dollar General in every corner down there like we have, or a Lowe's or anything like that you can just pop on down and get.
No, but it's come a long way. There's a lot of stuff there that wasn't there before, like pharmacies, and there was actually a Domino's there.
Oh, did y'all have a pizza night?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
couple of
actually
them.
did. Yeah.
yeah. One guy ate that most of the time.
All right. Zach, Hunter, how about y'all? This was your first trip. So what were you thinking going into it? How did you kind of prepare yourself?
I was kind of the total opposite of Steve-O. I packed the night before, got everything ready the day before, and I just bailed off into it.
You're that guy.
I am.
Okay. And Zach, how about you?
It was kind of similar. I packed maybe 2 days before, and then I took what I thought I needed, medicines and plenty of clothes and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, you don't really know what to expect. You've never been nowhere like that, so just kind of go in it with an open mind.
So paint the picture for us. Where were you working, and what was this project all about? Just go ahead and give us all the details.
If you think of working in your granddad's shed with a mud floor, no windows, sleeping on a coffee table.
Yeah.
Always a fire going.
Yeah, fire going with no stovepipe or nothing. So there's smoke in the house all day.
So that's what the houses
The
were
houses
like that you
people
guys
lived
were
in,
doing.
yeah.
Okay. Because they don't have electricity. So
Nope.
old school way of living going on there. So what were your first impressions when you arrived to the communities, the EMRE crews that you guys were working with? Just, it's a lot different, as you've already described. So what were kind of your first thoughts?
You really didn't get to think much about it because as soon as you got there, everybody just welcomed you in so well. All them villagers were so happy to see you, and they were just ready to have power, I think. So they're willing to help, wanted to talk to you. You had to have a translator, though. Couldn't talk to them much, but other than that, yeah, I mean, they just welcomed us so well and worked with some great linemen over there.
So what exactly were y'all having to do? So it wasn't just, because they didn't have anything. So I guess you guys were build main line and everything from, I guess, the main substation or whatever to the homes. So what all work did you guys have to do?
All the poles were already set. The locals set those along with the Emery guys, and we had to just come through and frame all the poles, pull the wire, and build a completely new line over, it was somewhat mountainous, but not too bad. I was kind of prepared for that, but these guys may not have been as prepared, but I knew what it was going to kind of be like, real hot, real humid, tropical, sticky the whole time. Just a lot of manual labor because there's no, down there you can't use trucks hardly. We have here bucket trucks and line trucks. There can't get to those areas with that kind of thing. Plus they're not even working really. So they break down and it takes a long time to get them fixed.
Worse than Georgia summer heat?
Yes.
Yeah. The air is a whole lot thicker there.
It's a lot different.
Speaking of, just curious then, so if the heat's horrible, are the bugs just as horrible?
The bugs really never bothered us.
Really?
Mm-mm.
So heat, but no mosquitoes?
No, not really as mosquito as like it here is in Georgia.
There's a few scorpions. That's about it, though.
Well, no, you lost me there.
Yeah, scorpions and spiders.
Nope. Okay, hard pass. That was fun. No. So walk us through maybe like a typical day. What did it look like when you guys woke up? Where were you staying at? You would wake up, I guess, go to a job site or where you're supposed to go, and then how you ended the day.
We stayed at a decent hotel in Ishkan. Woke up probably 5 o'clock in the morning. We were always at the co-op at 6 a.m. for breakfast. Breakfast was normally pancakes, eggs, refried beans, and fried plantains. Then we kind of got together and went to the store, grabbed ice and water and stuff like that. We leave there. It was about an hour drive every day, hour and a half to the village, and a rough dirt road.
Rough.
In and out, one way. And get there, get with everybody, have a game plan about what we're going to do, frame poles, pull wire, just depending on what the day was, we worked till maybe 1:30, then we break for lunch and eat lunch in one of the, I guess it would have been their cafeteria, which was just a concrete building with a metal roof on it. And we'd eat lunch, maybe 20, 30 minutes, back to work, finish up for the day, load our materials back up, and then another hour ride back on the dirt road, back to the room.
Seems like a long day. Plus, you said it was hot, so definitely had to stay hydrated and stuff, I'm sure. So lots of water and.
Yeah, we went through 4 coolers of water a day.
That's a lot of water.
That's a lot of water. Yeah.
that's a lot of water.
From 7 till about 4:30, and then the drive back, trying to get back about 5:30 or so, and
we scrounging up at the end of the day looking for water.
Yeah, looking for some water that's cold, and then get over to the co-op and eat supper and kind of hang out, relax, and then get back to the hotel. And one thing that's different there is whenever you wake up around 5:30, the sun's coming up. Versus here, it's 6:30. So kind of think, oh, we woke up late, but it's actually not late.
Caught up on some sleep.
Yeah.
So we said you guys didn't do this alone. There were, I think, 11 other linemen throughout Georgia that went. How was that working with other crews? Was it, you guys just had the job to do, and it's the co-op way, so we just do what we do. But working with them and working along those other guys from different areas of the state and a whole other country.
Yeah, it was a great group of guys that we went with. We got lucky with that. Everybody worked good together, and at the end of the day, hanging out at the hotel and stuff, everybody got along great, and we just all hit it off, and we kind of all know what's going on down there, so we can work good through whatever.
It was kind of a reminder of like when we go on storm and work with other co-ops, is kind of how it is there. But it was like Zach said, it was a very good group of guys, and that's a rare thing to everybody get together that works different ways, but everybody just get together and get on the same page and just get the job done.
So we had a lot of pictures from EMRE, but you guys call Emory. Okay. Yeah. We had a lot of pictures from them. They shared on social media and everything like that. We saw a lot of pictures of y'all with kids. Zach, I saw there's a good picture of you with our famous little hard hat guy pins and a whole bunch of kids. What was it like working? Because it looked like they just and then I saw another video, I think, with one of the other co-op guys had soccer ball, and they kept saying football. Of course, he's like, that's not football. But how was it interacting with, like, when you guys had time to interact with, like, some of these kids? You guys look like superheroes to them.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty awesome, really. I mean, they don't know any other thing other than that village, you know, so they don't even know what's out in the world like we do. And I mean, like you said, just the ink pen it lit them up. And you know, we gave out stickers and books and pens and
Some
candy.
Candy, yeah.
Universal kid language,
Yes.
candy.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll remember that forever, you know.
Every time we get to the village that morning, the kids be waiting on us.
Yep.
Well, especially if you had candy. I mean,
Mhm.
I'd be out there like, hey, there. So, was there a point that really hit you that you were bringing electricity to homes for the first time? Was there a moment that you were like, okay, this is a big deal? These people, like you said earlier, with fire and dirt floors and don't have cooking and stuff, or like what we consider modern cooking conveniences. Was there a point for any of y'all that kind of hit you what you were actually being a part of?
I think the first house we walked into where we were kind of going to go over how we're going to wire these houses, and it was like
Dried up
walking
dirt.
into a shed, you know, and it
Mhm.
was like a dried lake was the floor.
Mm-hmm.
If you can imagine puzzles of mud in the floor, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like that, and just big spiders everywhere in there, and scorpions,
Hornet's nest.
and like I said, what we would consider a coffee table, and they got a blanket laying on it, and that's what they sleep on, you know. And I guess it was when we first walked in the first house.
What was the toughest part of the trip, you think? And how did you either make it through it together or individually? But what was a tough part for y'all?
Probably the toughest, I guess, for most, I think everybody was just getting used to the environment and just being able to work and that kind of thing and not have the things that we're accustomed to do our job and having to remember to do it, I guess, the old ways or I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, there was a little learning curve, I guess, with the wiring and stuff like that some of the guys had never done before. But it wasn't difficult at all.
Well, speaking of some of that, did it make you appreciate some of the things we do have here for your job when you came back? Maybe that before you kind of maybe took for granted, but now you're like, oh, I'm so glad we have that here.
I'm sure the younger guys did for sure because they're not used to working with the old ways of doing stuff.
I don't know. When I was coming up, we kind of did it the old school way.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When he's coming up. Yeah.
Has this changed the way maybe you think of something? I mean, it's something you guys see every day, but is something as simple as just flipping a switch and turning a light on? Does it change the way you look at what we have here, the conveniences of, everything we have? Like, because when you wired the houses, what were they getting? Did they just get like a bulb and an outlet, or what exactly was going into the houses once the electricity
They
came through?
got 4 light bulbs and 2 receptacles per house and 2 switches. So most of the time we'd put 2 lights in the house and then 2 outside. That's what most of them wanted, but some of them wanted all 4 inside also.
Yeah, it was just the thing, like, for me, the being able to, because last time we went, we didn't wire the houses. We didn't do that. We just built the lines, and then the crews were coming back later and do that. So for this time, being able to go in and wire the houses and actually see the lights come on in somebody's house was a great part for me. And also now that I'm a dad now, and seeing the kids and kind of relating to some of those kids were my daughter's age, and just to know what they're getting now, and it's just 2 outlets basically to charge a phone or maybe run a fan, and that's all they could really do with it is the way, power that they have. It's very humbling.
Makes you very thankful what you have here. Just come back here and you realize how blessed you actually are here compared to over there.
Yeah, I think I was telling, I know I told Hunter, but I was saying in a sense, they live, I feel like how you're supposed to live with everything God gives you. You live off the land, you go to sleep with the sun, wake up with the sun. For us here in America, that would be devastating if we had to go from what we know now to that. But that's all they know, It's definitely very, very humbling. And like he said, going in the houses and seeing the lights come on and interacting with every single person that lives in each house and seeing their reaction when they did get it, it was pretty cool.
One of the interpreters down there, he puts it like Guatemalans, they just survive. They don't live. They just survive. So every day is a survival of make sure you got something to eat, something to drink, and just live. Just live like that. It's not a live of a, what can we get more of, or what else can we do? And they're satisfied with that.
They're very happy with it. Yeah.
Nobody down there wants to. I mean, they want some change to do things a little easier, but they're satisfied with the way they live, because if they weren't, they would feel like they would maybe they'd be trying to do something different. But everybody there does the same thing, and it's not that they're not intelligent or anything like that. It's just that they're satisfied with the way they live. That's the culture.
It's a good thought, that maybe reflection of us being satisfied with what we have in our lives and so much more. Sometimes we have a lot of noise. You're not living with the noise. You can enjoy it more, right?
Yes.
I guess when we were talking about that, so you talk about with the lights coming on, what were some of the reactions of the people when they saw like the light bulb coming out of their house the first time? Was it just like excitement, or could you describe anything if you saw any of that?
I think a lot of smiles, and it was a big deal when we turned the fans on in the school. The kids were able to feel the air blowing around. It's not hot in there while they're trying to learn. I know the teacher was very happy whenever the lights were on in there. You could actually see, and they could use the buildings for other purposes too. But after dark hours, and actually put up security lights on some of the poles, so at nighttime they'd be able to walk around and in the dark, and while it's dark, be able to see. That's
very important, especially since there's scorpions running around. But definitely need some lights.
The best memory I had down there was when we actually turned the lights on, when we had to go flip off the breakers. There was a kid, he kept following us around, and we got to his house finally, and he wanted to flip the light switch. And it was just so cool seeing his face when that light come on, he flipped that switch. He sat there and played with the switch for a minute, just flipping it back and forth.
What would you do? So you were 3, and there's, like I said, hopefully people are listening to this. There's co-ops all across the country that are part of NRECA International, or maybe thinking of it. What would you tell a lineman who may have the opportunity to do this? What would you tell them about the opportunity to take part of an international program?
I tell them to go do it and see what it's about and get that experience and learn, take from it what you can,
Yeah, don't be afraid of where you're going, because you can listen to the news and be scared to death to go anywhere. But some of these places, they are a little scary, but just stick to what you know and go and experience it, and don't try to take America to it. Just try to get involved with the culture and learn about it and be involved with them, and just humble yourself.
I agree with what they said. They summed it up pretty good.
They did pretty good, didn't they? Is there any final words you'd like to share about your experience, funny memory, anything that you can share about your time?
I will say that I'm very glad that I went back. It changed my, not attitude, but more my thought about Guatemala, because in 15 years, they've come a long way. They have progressed some and changed a lot, and they've tried to improve on some things, they have, and I was very glad I went back just to see that and be able to see the line that I did build before, to actually see that it was benefiting a lot of people down there. And just the guys, the Emory guys there, the guys that work there, they're just always so welcoming and just happy to see us, and they want to learn from us too. And we learned a lot from them too, because you can learn from anybody if you want to. So
I guess for y'all too, what Stephen said, would you go back?
Yes.
I would.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Stephen, Zach, and Hunter, for being our guests today and sharing your adventures in Guatemala. We look forward to more NRECA international trips in the future. And for more information from Coweta-Fayette EMC, be sure to subscribe to In the Loop.